Welcome along everybody to another episode of Project Eden. Where did we pick up from last time? Well, we rescued the scientists, that's a plus. Rescued them from the real meat plant, and now we need to do this actual control room. Now there's an elevator here, so we could use it, but it seems to be out of power. Which is a bit of a pain, so what are we going to do now? Well, it looks like there is a way we can platform down to the ground floor. But it also looks like there's a lot of electricity that is possibly potentially harmful to humans. So Amber, you ain't no human anymore, at least. So just mosey on over with Amber, and we will slowly make our way down. See, Carter or anyone else would have died by this point. Even touching these generators would have killed them pretty much because of the electricity. Now where do we go from here? Well, there is no jump function in this game, so you can't just jump across. We can't go all the way down because that would be insta-death, even for a cyborg. Cyborgs do have fall damage, it turns out. Over here, there is a little ledge, if you see that down there. We can drop down to this, and then from here, we can drop down onto this, and boom, we're on the ground floor. The only person that can do this though is Amber, so we can't try this with anyone else but Amber. And the lift is actually broken on, well, it's both parts broken, so we can't, like, do it down here. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to get the rest of the team down here, so it looks like this is all Amber. I do see some red signatures on the radar there, so... Now, I'm going to explore a little bit here on this ground floor, but really there isn't really anything for us to do. Like, the only thing we need to do is we need to access the tower and go up to the control and deal with all of these electrical surges that is literally going everywhere. There is this little bit area back here, but there's nothing really here at all. This is just kind of for show. Now, even though there's a little bit of an entryway down here, this isn't the way we go to get up the way towards the top of the tower. There's stairs on the right there, that's where we need to go. But I'm trying to find these red signatures, because I'm like, they're right here, are they not? Well, the radar doesn't actually account for elevation, so these red signatures are here, but they are higher up than where I am at. So up the stairs we go, and we'll find these red signatures. So first things first, this is clearly all going wrong. There's a recharge station here, which is handy, because we're going to need to shoot some things very quickly. There's nothing much we can do here, apart from recharge our gun. But if we continue on, come up here, there's some stuff we can do in the very top of the tower. What is that? Is that a button I can push? It is. If Amber stops glitching out. Oh damn.
What are those things? They seem to be feeding on the power cables. No wonder the place is unstable. Destroy them immediately.
So these things, these like leech eel kind of things, they are they seem to suck electricity, and it's causing major power malfunctions. So you need to go through and you need to wipe out every single one of them, and that will return the plant to normality. How did these things get here? I am not entirely sure. Maybe we'll find out at some point. Let's just get rid of this objective. Destroy the creatures, that's pretty much all we need to do. So the top floor is clear. There's leeches on every floor. The annoying thing is that they do fall off once you shoot them, so you've got to then retarget, which is irritating, like... And there's a lot of leeches, like there's a lot of them. One more by the looks of things, and it's right here.
Good job, people. The backup systems seem to have kicked in and the plant is returning to stability. I now need you to get on the trail of those Death Head morons who started all this. Fortunately, we've got a new lead. I picked up a signal from one of the missing technicians' transponders, so they must still be alive. I've traced it to an area below you, only a few stories above city limits. I'm sending you straight down there to try and locate them. Head to the UPA lift.
And surprise, surprise, that is actually done with this area, so you don't actually need your team down there, you just need Amber. So, let's get Amber back up with the team, which is a little annoying because I've got to frickin' bring the lift down and then bring it up. It would have made more sense if the lift had been down from the start and then you couldn't bring it up towards you. That would have made more sense design-wise, I think. But who am I? I'm not a game designer, I'm not a game developer, so... But I think that would have made a bit more sense. Because then you would have known quicker that you can use that lift. But anyway... We're pretty much done with this level. With the meat plan. And we do have a trace on the technicians that we were sent here to find. So now that we've fixed the power fluctuations, this area is now opened up. And we can now proceed back to this area. I think this is one of the starting areas. Yes. And in order to exit the level, we need to proceed to the UPA lift that we started this level with. So we actually need to backtrack a little bit. There is a flashing objective there, but it's literally just go to the UPA lift, so it's not entirely crucial. Just trying to find out exactly how we got to the UPF, because I'm kind of... There we are. And the plant is fixed. Everything's good with the plant. Now, I wonder, does our guns recharge from the transition between levels? Because I've got a couple of people that need to be recharged, Andre and Carter, but when we go to the construction zone, are they going to recharge automatically, or am I going to have to deal with that? That's a good question.
Look out! Holy!
Control, the team's been split. Looks like we're not far off our quarry, though.
Yes, we have a tracking signal on the technicians. I've downloaded it to your scanners. They're close. See if you can get to them as quickly as possible.
And introducing the gimmick of the construction zone level is the team split. So we've got to function with the team independently, switching between who can proceed and who cannot. So, and we do recharge in between levels, which is nice to know. Because Andrew is now Andre, not Andrew, and Carter are now got fully charged with their guns. So we can hear an enemy. Who's the daddy? And exit time. That's yeah.
Time to skip it.
Time to skip it.
Exit time.
Exit time.
Who's the daddy? Let's get out of here.
Well, they have a really varied vocabulary. So Carter and Andre are kind of... There's not much we can actually do with them at the moment. You can climb up here. No, you can't climb up there, sorry, my bad. But you can, if you really want. You can send the flycam up there. But there's not really anything in here. This is going to be important for later on. There's nothing in here.
Time to skip it.
There's nothing in this container. Just so we're clear.
This.
Nothing in there.
Engage this.
Oh, and I didn't revert that back. Oh, there we go. So,
Who's the daddy?
there's no way to open this door at the moment, but you're going to want to position Carter and Andre in a place where they can target that door. Spoiler alert, also position them in a place where they have cover from that container that was supposedly empty. So, we need to proceed with Minoko and Amber, so that's who we need. So, should probably bring both of them, to be fair. Now, we do have an upstairs and a downstairs. So let's go with Minoko to the downstairs, and look at that. That is one of our missing, or two of our missing technicians. That guy just popped out of nowhere.
Chew on this, Luke.
But that looks like where we want to go. We can open this door, no problem. And now we're going to have to take on this death head. The combat in this game is weird. It's really hard to target enemies. And because they move about so much, it's quite irritating, but I suppose that makes it a bit of a challenge. So that's the downstairs. So we saw one of the technicians. Now upstairs, there's actually, you probably want Minoko and Amber for this upstairs bit. There's a couple of death heads. There's more than a couple of death heads with pipe bombs. These are throwable explosives that will annoyingly not only do a lot of damage, but they will push your character back and knock them down. And when that happens, you are just pretty much locked in you're stun locked, essentially. Especially if they continue to throw more pipe bombs. So with Amber recharged, I'm thinking to deal with all those guys up there, we are going to use our missiles, because Amber does have missiles in her wrist. Kind of like the CIS Super Battle Droids from Star Wars. I maybe should have brought Minoko up here, come to think of it, but... Right, there we go, one, and look at that damage. And not even a lot of weapon power usage, to be honest. Not as much as I was expecting. So knocking them down is quite useful, obviously. But the blast radius seems to be non-existent. It looks like you do have to get like a full-on proper hit. And this elevator looks like it's just going to go up and down. I think there's a death head on the top of that elevator that's moving up, but I think we're going to leave him just now. We need to recharge. Because that was a lot. We killed like 3 death heads, I think. So Minoko, what can you do down there now that I've... Oh no, actually no. We should probably explore that upper bit. Oh, did I not recharge my gun? Damn it, Martin, come on. Get on your shit, come on.
I need some assistance.
So now that I'm fully recharged, let's bring Minoko up, because it looks like we need to do a lot of stuff up here. It would have been useful to have Minoko when the death heads were here, wouldn't it have been? Pretty much. So on top of this elevator, there is going to be a death head guy. So there's 3 different floors that this elevator will go up and down with. And there's the death head guy. Oh, Minoko, you actually got on the elevator on your own. That's interesting. I didn't think you would actually do that. So this is the top floor. We've got the second floor here. Let's just get Minoko off so we can explore. See, and I see a blue panel. But we'll also wait until the bottom floor, see if we can't do anything with this bottom floor. It looks like we need to actually be in the elevator to reach that bottom floor. And I see a couple more death heads. Let's get Amber in here, because we're going to need to go into the frickin' elevator. Anyway. So we've got a gate here that we can't really do anything with. But we do have a computer panel. Right over here. I can't really see it. I can maybe see a couple of death heads over there, but let's hack into this panel and see what's going on. We can activate this little construction carrier. Now, The construction carrier is basically, it is what you think it is. It's a way to transport characters across a chasm. We're gonna make use of that later on. But for now, I'm gonna go and quickly just check and make sure that Carter and Andre can't use it, because at first I thought they could use it. But no, it's clearly on the opposite side of the chasm with Minoko and Amber, so that is definitely a Minoko and Amber thing.
I need some assistance.
So that's the only thing we can do here, so now we just need to get Minoko and Amber back into this lift. Back into the lift, and then we need to get them down to the bottom level. Or not. Or I'm going to send Amber up top, and I'm going to send Minoko to the bottom level. I guess that's what I'm going to do. Or not. I'm gonna take Minoko out, and I'm gonna put Amber out as well.
I need some assistance.
And we're just gonna forget about that bottom level. Apparently. Okay. Did I miss that? Completely forget that there was a bottom level? I think I did. Anyway, down here, before we even look at that bottom level, we've got to check out what's over here. Now, I do spot a little computer panel that Minoko can do stuff with, so let's do that. The redevelopment sector 519. Hack it. On you go. And look at that, we can open that. Now, once we open that, obviously a death head's going to come out of the room. Annoyingly, 2 more are going to appear in the container that was empty previously.
Yes.
Now there is a recharge station, but they have pipe bombs, so you're going to be at a bit of a disadvantage if they ambush you like that. Andre's actually down. He's recharging. And we done. That was a bit of an ambush and was a bit unfair, but we made it. Gotta do some recharging. So this will open up a bit of a new route for Andre and Carter.
Recharging.
Follow me.
Can't go up there, we've already tried, but that was annoying from them sneaking up there. But before we do that, let's go back to Minoko and Amber, because we do have to go through here and see what's over here.
What's this, amateur night?
I don't know, the charge might actually be better.
What's this, amateur night?
It takes up more power, but it does a lot more damage.
Follow me.
So we're in a little bit of a bind here, because Minoko and Amber... There's death heads over there. Nice to know. But this door is something that is an Andre right there. We need an Andre for that.
Follow me.
So, let's see what these guys can do.
I've just got the lab results back on that sample you sent from the gang member's corpse. They're definitely on a drug. Though not one that the lab guys had encountered before. They seem quite excited. I'll mail you the file.
So the drugs that the Death Head gangs are on, I'm interested to see what this is about. UPA Incident Squad 4? I wonder how cool Squads 1 to 3 are. So the mixture of powerful amphetamines and fast-acting steroids. So no wonder these guys are so tough. Just for Death Head, just for gang members, essentially. And welcome to what is the most annoying puzzles we've encountered so far. For several reasons. It is what you think it is. That guy, by the way, just completely kills himself. Just by falling off the freaking edge. And I'm like, thank you for that, because that is beneficial. I appreciate that. But... This puzzle is what it appears to be. We have a kind of like crane operating mechanism. We have 2 people. We have a door down there, which, spoiler alert, we cannot access yet. This door requires a keycard of some sort before we can get access. Where is the keycard, you might wonder? Well, it's actually on top of us. It's actually above us. Yeah, it's actually up top. So how do we get up top? Well, this thing. Right here, all these controls. We can operate this crane and send it across the chasm, back the chasm, up, down. So one of us is going to need to use that. The other is going to need to be on top of that. Spoiler alert, you want Andre to be on top. Also, spoiler alert, you need to climb onto the crane from this little box that Carter is in. Like, we can't actually climb onto it from here, as you can see, because the gap is too, like, wide. There's no way we can't bring it down a little bit more or anything like that, and if we try, we just fall and die. So I'm just showing you guys that, so you guys know not to try that. Definitely don't try that, because it's not going to work. As evidenced by the last 10 seconds of footage. And let's not forget, we still have that carrier thing we need to think about. This level is it can be quite complicated. Like, you've got multiple things you've got to think about all the time. So, let's try that again. Trying to get the crane over to the left would be nice. Figure out the button. So the ones on the far right send it across and back from the chasm. The ones in the middle bring it up and down. The ones on the left take it left and right. It's pretty simple. It looks more complicated than what it is. It's pretty simple once you break it down like that. What we need to do is have the crane in position here. Andre comes on up and then comes on over. Now, something you need to know, there's a Death Head guy above Carter on one of the higher levels, and he has like some kind of like rocket launcher, kind of missile launcher kind of thing, and it's pretty nasty. Another thing that is pretty useful, you don't have to be Carter while you hold these buttons in, like, and watch Andre go. If you just hold one in and then quickly switch to Andre, Carter will continue to hold that button in while you're moving across, and that way it's a bit easier that way. So we'll send Andre over. Spoiler alert, the bottom 2 levels of the area that Andre is nearest, so across the chasm, there's nothing there. The only place you want to take Andre over there is not in here, it's the top level. But, of course, I'm just going to make sure that you guys know that. There's really, yeah, there's really not much there to do. And here we go, we've got this little bit. Again, we'd pretty much just fall if we tried to get across that. Like that. Yeah. And now I need to do all that all over again because of that dumb mistake. Yeah. Frustration. This crane puzzle is simple once you know exactly what you need to do and where you need to go with it. But while you're figuring it out, it's pretty annoying. So now I need to get Andre all the way over there again, and yep, fall damage, because that was dumb. But I think we're at, yeah. I think we're gonna call an episode here, because screw this puzzle. Thanks for being here, and come back next time where we do this puzzle in its entirety. But you know what? That is gonna be next time, so make sure you're here for that. I'll see you then. Enjoy.